friends, welcome to Enjoy Learning with Shayan. So we have learned about what is competitive programming and what is time complexity. Let's move to the coding now. Okay, so in this prerequisites are you are learning about you are practicing competitive programming, so you should know few things. One is arrays, linked list, hash map, all the basic data structures you should know, you should be aware of what they are used. Syntaxes are fine. You can search on Google, you can learn it, but basic requirements, basic uses of the data structures you should know before starting competitive programming. Okay. First, once you have learned those things, you can start the competitive programming. I would suggest always start with the easy questions. It would seem that why are we wasting our time on those very easy questions? But no, it's not wasting of time. It's never wasting of time on these things. It's just you are boosting your confidence. You are just remembering those syntaxes and then move forward to medium questions. Once you have done easy questions, medium, and then move to the hard questions. Don't go directly to the hard questions or medium questions. It will be difficult and it will decrease your confidence. So always start with the easy questions. For now, what we'll do is we'll go to this interview preparation kit. We'll be using HackerRank for competitive programming learning. Okay. So in HackerRank, we'll go to this interview preparation kit. In interview preparation kit, we have few things: warm-up challenges, arrays, tips and guidelines, dictionary, and these are different types of data structures. You can practice those here, and these are different types of algorithms: greedy algorithms and dynamic programming. Dynamic programming is the most important thing. Like what I've observed is most of the companies do ask questions from dynamic programming, and it dynamic programming covers everything. You have to use every data structure, whatever you know you can use you, and there can be multiple ways of writing a program. We'll see that. We'll try to see how can we optimize our program. Those things we'll practice now. Okay, so for now, we'll just be starting with warm-up challenges. Look at the question sales by match. What this question is trying to say, we need to find pairs of socks, and every socks has given a number, its color or whatever. Every socks has given a number. So whichever number are same, like in this example, we can see this is the input 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2. So this 1 is a different kind of socks, 2 is a different kind of socks, and 3 is a different kind of socks. Now what we need to do is we need to find how many pairs of socks do we have. So how many pairs do we have? In this we have only 2 pairs. One is of one color and one is of two color. We have only 2 pairs and 3 socks are extra socks. It doesn't have any pair. So from the given array we need to find how many pair of socks we have. Question is clear? We can look at one more example. This is the example. How many socks pair we have? 2 pairs of socks 10 and 1 pair of socks 20, 30, 50 and 20. These are extra socks. That's fine. We have only 3 pairs. 2 is of 10 and 1 is of 20. We don't need to give which pair we have. We only need to give how many pair of socks we have. Question is clear. Now let's think of the solution. As I told you, there can be multiple ways of writing a solution for a question. For this also we'll have multiple solutions. We'll try a few solutions and then we'll try to optimize that solution. So we have these 2 examples. Let's think of a solution. I can think of one simple solution, which is, let's take this example first. Let's discuss this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2. So the simplest solution can be, just take first socks, start searching from second element and keep searching until we can find the same socks. So in this example, we'll look at this one compared to, first take the first socks and remove it from the array. Okay, we have removed it. Now this is our array. Start searching from the first element of the array. Is it equals to 2? No, it's not. 1. Are these both equal? Yes. Then remove this element and increase the number of pairs. Pairs will become 1 now. It was 0. Initially pair is 0. Then stop it. Then again start from the first element. Now our array is 2, 2, 1, 3, 2. We'll start from this element. We'll remove this element and we'll start from this element. Are these both elements same? Yes. Then remove this also and increase the number of pairs. Pairs will become 2. Now our array is 1, 3, 2. Take the first element. We have taken it. Okay. Compare it with take the first element and remove it. Okay, that's fine. Compare it with the first element of the array. Is it equal? No. Move to next element. Is it equal? No. Move to next element. There are no next element. It's done. Okay. Leave this. Then start from the first element of the array. Our array is 3, 2. First element is 3. Remove the element and compare it with the first element of the array. Is it equal? No, it's not. Okay. Leave. Our array is 2. Remove it. Compare it with the first element. There is no element in the array. Our number of pair of socks is 2. I think the solution is clear. But how can we remove the element? That's a different thing. We'll discuss that also. This is the simplest approach to solve this question. Now for removing the element, we can use two approaches. We can copy this array to linked list, and in linked list we can directly remove the element. Okay. That's going to be very simple approach, and another approach is using array only and just keep moving backward these elements, and that's going to be very difficult approach. So the easiest approach is to use linked list and then remove the elements. Okay. What will be the time complexity of this solution? It will be n square. How? For every element, if we are not able to find it, if our array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, assume all the soxes are different. So for every element, we'll have to move until last element. We'll have to compare until last element. That's going to be a difficult task because its complexity is n square now. For every element, we'll be going till last. So we'll be running, for n elements, we'll be running till n. So its complexity is n square. This is too much. We can reduce it. How? Let's think of one more solution. We can do one more thing. We can just sort the array. Okay. Let's take the same example. Sort it. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. After sorting, just compare two elements, first and second. If the elements are equal, we'll move to third element. If the elements are not equal, we'll move to only second element. Compare it. It's equal. Yes. Increase the number of pairs. Pair will become 1 now. Move to third element. Are these equal? No. Leave it. Move to fourth element. Are these equal? Yes. Increase number of pairs and move to sixth element. Are these equal? No. Leave it and move to seventh element. There is no more element. There is no more element in the array. Okay. Number of socks, pair of socks are 2. So the complexity of it will be of n log n. But we are only moving till n. For sorting, best algorithm approach takes n log n. So we have sorted the array. So it will take n log n. Its complexity will be n log n to sort, and after the sorting, it will only be n. So complexity is n log n. Okay. Can we improve it further? Can we decrease the time complexity? Is there any way? Let's think of any way. My favorite data structure is hash map. Can we use it here? Yes, we can use hash map. So, as I told you, prerequisites are you should know few of the data structures, linked list, hash map, all these. So, just learn what they do. And by practicing, you will get to know which we can use and when to use which data structure. That is fine. Just you should know what the data structure does. You should know that. So, before starting this, if you don't know what hash map is, just learn basic about it. Other things I'll explain. Let's clear our whiteboard. Till now, our best approach is n log n. And that's the easiest approach too. Other approach was a bit difficult, removing the elements and all. No, I didn't like that approach. Okay, let's use hash map. Let's take the same example. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2. So what we need to do is, first thing, we'll construct a hash map from this array. For constructing hash map, we'll just iterate over every element and we'll see if that key exists in the hash map. Then we'll need to increase the value by 1. If that key doesn't exist, we'll enter that key to the hash map and mark its value as 1. We are just constructing the hash map. What it will contain is key will be the color name and how many socks of that color this array has. We have. Okay. Let's look at the solution. We'll understand more. Iterate over this. We'll write proper algorithm. We'll write the code also. Just try to understand. Before moving to code, you should understand what you are trying to do and construct the algorithm, then move to the code. That's the best way of solving a question. Never direct move to the code. If we would have directly moved to the code, we would have written the L square complexity question. But we don't want that. We want the optimized solution for this. So just think about different solutions and then write the solution. Okay. So construct a hash map. Let's take this value 1. Is our hash map is HM. Does our HM has this key? No, it's empty yet. So let's enter this key. We'll write it properly. First condition is, first iterate over elements. Our array is AR. We are just iterating over the elements. If I exist in HM, if I exist, then we need to do different thing, and if it does not exist, we need to do different thing, as we have already discussed. Currently it does not exist, so what we need to do is we just need to enter this index, this key, and then value is 1. If it exists, we'll just increase its value, that's all. HM of I plus 1. Okay, isn't it simple? We have already constructed our hash map. Wow, it was simple. Now what we need to do, we have constructed our hash map. We know how many socks every color has. Now we need to find how many pairs we have. So for finding the pair, what will our hash map has? Key 1 has 3 socks, key 2 has 3 socks, and key 3 has only 1. This is our hash map. We'll iterate over hash map and then we'll find the number of pairs. Divided by 2, how many pairs does this color 1 have? Only 1. Divided by 2, how many pairs does this color 2 has? Only 1. How many pairs does this have? 0. Add it and you'll have how many pairs you have in total. That's all. Isn't it simple? We just need to iterate over our hash map now and take the value divided by 2 and add it to the number of pairs. I think it's simple and it's understandable also. We'll write the code now. If you have any doubt in algorithm until, just ask me. Just ask in the comment section, or I'll write the code. You can go through the code. Then you can see. If you are still not able to understand it, do ask in comment section. Don't leave it. It's a simple question, but same approach we'll be using in many questions. Multiple times same approach we'll be using. We'll be constructing hash map and using the hash map, we'll just try to find the solution. Let's look at the code now. So we have written the code. In this code, same thing we have done as we discussed in algorithm. Iterated over this array, constructed the hash map, and then from the hash map we have found out how many pairs do we have. Simple, and it will return the number of pairs of socks. Let's run this code. Yes, it passed for both the test cases, sample test cases. Let's submit the code and see whether it's increasing the time complexity, space complexity or not. No, it's perfect. It did pass for everything within the time complexity and space complexity. Good. So same thing, you can try it. You can try your own ways. There can be different ways to write this solution within the same time and space complexity. Just try it. If you get some like nice approach, different approach, do share it in the comment section. It's always good to know different approaches to solve the question. Thanks for watching. Thank you.